How many times am I going to do my intro while I'm muted? Welcome to Remaster Mondays for the second time. Today we are playing Final Fantasy II. I'm kind of excited about this one. As always, we're going to start with the gallery. I was saying before I realized the mic was muted that this they redrew the icon a couple of times. I say they. It's always Yoshitaka Amano. The title, like they didn't decide on this format for the title. I don't think until Final Fantasy IV. So when they re-released the games on various other platforms, they went back and retroactively made these old titles like the newer ones. And it was always featuring the villain of the game, the Emperor Mateus Palamecia. It's just we've had a couple of different versions of this character featured on the title logo. So this is how he currently looks. I think it was this particular drawing came out on when it was released on PSP just after the anniversary. I think it was the 15th anniversary or maybe 20th. I want to say 15th though. So yeah. Let's go on to the next one. Oh yeah, this is the original one. This very like fantasy, like angular spikies on like just the general look, and it's in English, which is something that wasn't the case in the first one. And Final Fantasy III's original logo looks something like this too. Here's our main character Firion and his red sword, which I don't know that it's been ever called anything else aside from that. I don't know what it was. Yoshitaka Amano drew a couple of the characters with a very loud's not a good word, vibrant red sword. And one of my favorite hero from Final Fantasy V, Bartz, also has a red sword. So yeah, we've got our a variation on our party. We have Firion in the front in a different outfit, which is you know, Amano likes to do that. Then we got Maria a little bit off to his right, Leon on his left, or on our left, I should say, and then Guy is kind of behind him using. This I always thought was strange, like almost Nerf-looking futuristic gun, which is because there's no guns in the game. It's just very odd. I wonder what. I don't know. It's still a cool image, but it's just like, huh. And if you look way in the back, on the lower left, there's a couple of the other characters, and there might be others too, but I only see those two. It looks like Joseph and Minwoo, which we'll meet. Minwoo at least we will certainly meet today. Probably not Joseph. And of course the Emperor in the back, towering over everyone. Battling demons. Always like seeing these really colorful images. This in particular is interesting because I feel like we have. I don't know if this character in the front is a monster that looks like Ricardo or if it is Ricardo, and it's just like a very like monstrous look to him, which is very interesting. I don't think there's much in the story to suggest that, but I feel like they kind of took inspiration from this when they designed Cecil in Final Fantasy IV. Obviously, I have no, proof of that. And then Leon with his yellow knee braces or knee what are those called? Knee pads. It's kind of a standout feature of his dark armor. Otherwise, like deep purple throughout. This looks like a newer art. You kind of see Amano's later style here, but yeah, that's Firion certainly. And possibly Gus in the back there of this big dragon. Still, we never get these kinds of dynamic shots. Oh, I think I see Maria too, being held by the dragon. Oh, and that's Leon right there. Didn't even notice him. I thought he was part of the dragon. Yeah, you don't really get dynamic stuff like this much. As much as they try to do it in Final Fantasy. And occasionally they pull it off, but man, this kind of imagery is usually reserved for illustrations. Monster. Interesting title. I think just a bunch of the different monster designs. We'll be seeing a few of these in the game. Definitely quite a bit. The collage of enemies. Yeah, me too. Amano's work is its own animal. Comrades. This is another of the newer ones. You can tell that kind of almost like chalk-like quality to it. At least that's what I think of it as, to his newer style. Yeah, Farion in the same pose. You've got Maria and Leon and Guy. It's funny you don't get many of the other characters. It's just the main. Well, I say main four. The four characters. Hey, Angelina. Doing pretty good. I'm excited to play this one. It's been a very long time since I've touched Final Fantasy II. There's that variant outfit for Farion. This was an older one. Close up. I don't think I've ever seen this one. Almost looks unfinished. This is like a sketch that started to be colored. Maria. Guy. Leon. Back to his yellow knee pads. Here's Minwu. Okay. This character will meet pretty early on, but he's like the only male healer that we get in the whole series, which I think is really interesting that he's one of the first. I think his story is pretty interesting, and I think his design's very interesting too. Like I'm saddened that, I mean, maybe when we get to Thavnair in 14, we'll see some more Eastern inspired looks for the characters. I definitely wouldn't mind if like some artifact armor looked like this for White Mage, but I know it doesn't look like this, unfortunately. Joseph, I mentioned before, he's basically a monk. Yeah, Amano's style is very. It's the kind of thing that you can only get from illustration, just because it's not like strictly adhering to, you know, physics of real objects in like 3D. It's like, it's funny, for the longest time I didn't think you could do an Amano work in 3D, but people do it. It's crazy. Gordon. Now, this is a red mage. If I were to try to pick one in this game, I mean, I guess he's more of a knight, but I don't know, he seems more fancy's a word. I'm trying to think of another one, like a red magey word. I guess it helps that he is royalty. Leila is one of my favorite characters in the game. She is the pirate. You don't meet her until pretty late, but she's like one of the only left-handed characters, which unfortunately is not reflected in this artwork. But yeah, she's left-handed in this game, and she uses 2 different weapon types, which I think is pretty cool. We got Ricardo, I mentioned earlier. Even in this artwork, he looks like kind of a monster. He's the first Dragoon in the series, and it's funny, he originally used a sword, but in later games, or rather in later ports of this release, or later versions, they changed his skill from sword to lance, or to spear, to match with future Dragoons. Which, you know, kind of like with the logos, they'd like to do that a lot, so that, you know, before they had decided on these things, they're like, well, let's make it how it will be. So now he uses a lance instead of a sword. This artwork does look very lance-like though, but I feel like it's also kind of sword-like, and that's another reason I feel like this was a precursor to Cecil. He is. He's definitely got this monstrous look to him, more than most any Amano character design for a person, and not like if you just told me this, like if you told me this was a monster design, like this is a monster you fight, I'd be like, yeah, that's a monster, or that's a boss, you know. No, this is one of your party members. Isn't that wild? Princess Hilda, she's a very important character in this game. We'll meet her like right away, but her design's very cool. She's like the monarch, I guess, of you know, this one. It's funny, the princesses that we have in the early ones, this is the one that definitely has the most to do, but then that's kind of that character-driven story I was talking about. Here's our emperor, kind of having that same pose that he has in the game sprite, which we'll see him later. Not today, probably, but I mean, later on in this playthrough. Another color scheme of the Emperor. This is the one they feel like they used with the Origins, like, cutscene. If we ever get the chance to see that, I feel like he kind of has this more like this look to him. Here's that logo artwork. 2006. I think that is about when the PSP game came out. Oh, and here's another one. Same time frame. Might have been the title screen. Yeah. Sid. See, this was before they retroactively said Sid built the airship in Final Fantasy 1. This was the first Sid in the series. And he runs the airship. It was basically a taxi service. We'll probably see him in this playthrough because he's not too far in. But yeah, this was this game's Sid. And then he has more to do later, but that's kind of how he starts out. Paul. I mean, I can't really say anything about him without spoiling things, but yeah, Paul. Borgin. First, like, it's funny, I was thinking about this earlier. There's very few bosses in the game that aren't just, like, part of the Empire. And it kind of makes it a little bit harder to think. It's like, well, the boss is just people? It's pretty much. There are monsters too, as I recall. It's just, I could just not be remembering, though. But I feel like a lot of the bosses were just different officers of the Empire. Another Borgin. He's so animated. It's sad in the game itself that he doesn't really do that much. Vampire Thorn monster design. Snowman, another monster. It's why I get so excited when the monsters get HD, like re-releases, where they kind of look more like these illustrations and less pixely. Icicle. Because to me, that's like the big value of these ports, is like getting these bigger, more detailed designs. Adamantoys. Very dynamic poses. Ogre. Dual heads. Because there's two of them. Were-rat. That's just terrifying. I imagine he's like huge too, like what, like coming up to like your chest and just being like feral. Skull. Don't stare too long into the abyss or else it will stare back at you. Zombie. I don't really do anything with zombies, they're just kind of a monster. Ghost. It's funny to think about, though, with today, you have all these zombie things, and that zombies are the star of the show. Antlion. Yes. Lovecraftian horror. Godos. I think that's Godos, maybe? Chimera. Oh, that's a good pose. Death flower. I wouldn't go near it. Helldiver. I feel like birds are always so hard to make look dynamic without making them look like they're not even real. They pull it off. Buccaneer. I always mention the joke, the early Final Fantasies always have like a big group of pirates that you just mow through. I think the first three have that. Maybe the fourth one too, though. We'll find out soon enough. Wildhorn. Gigantode. Big frogs, man. They like them. Sea Dragon. I feel like there was a boss like this, or at least a monster like this in Final Fantasy 15. Landray. Oh. Brain. Parasite. Just can't look at him too long or you start thinking about stuff and it's just like, no thank you. Imp. It's funny, in the first game, goblins were called imps, But I think this is the first time where like what later was going to become the imp of Final Fantasy, with this kind of design to it. It's more like the one in 14. Marlboro. This is the first time they had him. That's right. I remember Dave mentioned that. Basilisk. There's a lot of monsters in this one. Hectize. Roundworm. Green slime. Oh yeah, the slimes. I think one did have them, they just didn't have the eyes yet, but this looks like it's pulled right out of 14, or 14 was pulled right from this. It's a very similar look to it. Red Soul. Vampire Lady. This is a monster. Killer Mantis. I believe it would kill. Death Rider. I feel like this was a precursor to Odin. Like you can totally see it, huh? Wood Golem. Before Golem was a summon. Here's a goblin. This is the original monster, Final Fantasy monster. Bomb. Can you believe it though? Not every Final Fantasy has a goblin. Like they're just not always one of the monsters. This is the first one to have bombs, I want to say. Soldier. Wizard. Oh, Squaresoft absolutely like paid pretty strong homage to what existed before, whether it be Lovecraft or Dungeons and Dragons or you know, various other fantasy artists or fantasy like works, to kind of like, you know, inspire, I'll say, to be kind. Oh, this is the first one with behemoths. Although there was that artwork with the behemoth in the first one, I don't think there were any behemoth monsters. Dragons, of course you gotta have dragons. Iron Giant, first one with those. 3 didn't have any until they did the remake. Beelzebub. Would be a bug. Astaroth. Yeah, all these demonic figures. It's you go to a place where there'd be a lot of them. Yeah, got more Emperor stuff. Something happens. All right, let's get to it. We've dilly-dallied long enough. It was a great film, wasn't it? All right, I'm just gonna go with the default. Yeah, Guy, Leon, Maria, Furion. We're good. We are good. Let's do it. Now, I wonder if they're going to do the precursor. It looks like it. A long-lived peace. Is at an end. Yeah, none of this was in the original game. They added this later. The Emperor of Palamecia has called forth monsters from the underworld and has begun his campaign for world conquest. Yeah, the monsters are very scary looking. The rebel army arose in the kingdom of Fynn. Oh, I didn't read that fast enough. But the rebels' castle fell to an all-out assault by the Empire. Left with little choice, the rebels withdrew. Four youths from Fynn also found themselves fleeing the Imperial forces. They had lost their parents at the hands of the Empire, but their escape wasn't over. This is how the NES game started, literally with this fight. Oh, wow. Violins were the perfect choice. These string business. Got some woodwinds on the back. It is. They took kind of a like parody approach to the song, so it sounds kind of silly in 14, but it is in 14. And get your fill of Leon, because this is all we're going to see of him for a while. Will he live? He will. I sense a strong life force within him. He should regain consciousness soon. We found them like this on the escape from Finn, fallen from terrible wounds. By the time we brought them here, I feared it was already too late. His life is not in danger. The sigil will strengthen his life force. We should let him rest for now. Of course. We'd best be off to the meeting. I imagine they're already waiting for us. If the Empire is allowed to complete the dreadnought they're building in Bavsk, their attack will begin in earnest. We cannot sit idly by and watch. We must act. They redesigned her to look more like the Amano artwork. I really like that. And then Firion's actually the same deal. He looks more like his Amano artwork than the original sprite. Where am I? Yeah, Bavsk. Leon! Maria! Guy! Where are you? Firion, you're alive. I thought you'd... I'm fine, Maria. You seem alright too, Guy. But wait, where's Leon? Princess of Finn, save us. But Leon not here. I see. Don't worry, I'm sure he's okay. Oh. So you've regained your strength. Very good. Your life force is strong indeed. It was you who saved us, wasn't it? Thank you. Forgive me, Your Highness, but there's something I must ask of you. Please let us join the rebel army. I could never allow such a thing. You know nothing of battle. You would only be throwing your lives away. You should return to your homes. But we have no homes. Not anymore. The Imperials attacked and our parents... I am truly sorry, but that changes nothing. I cannot permit you to join our army. If you've nowhere else to go, you're welcome to stay here in Altair. If you know our password, you should be able to live here well enough. The password is Wild Rose. Remember it well. This is a cool thing that only this game does, and I thought it was kind of neat. There's keywords that appear throughout the game, and then you get the chance to learn them or say them to different NPCs, and it will change how they react to you. And I learned Wild Rose. It's funny, you mentioned Final Fantasy XIV. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn also use Wild Rose as their password. So that's from this game. Oh, gotta have my tutorial. Our password is Wild Rose. Remember it well, and now I can say it to her. The Wild Rose is the insignia of the Kingdom of Finn. It represents our hope for a flourishing future of strength and beauty. What will become of Finn now? I heard that the Empire's captives suffered there in confinement even as we speak. Maria, your brother Leon is missing, is he not? It's possible that he's being held in Finn as well. But Finn is far too dangerous to travel to now. The Emperor's beasts still stalk the streets. Gaining entrance to the city will not be easy. The man to my right is Minwu, the white wizard who tended your wounds. Speak with him before you leave. He may be of some assistance. I see your destiny clearly. The future it holds seems closely entwined with my own. You will begin by journeying to Finn. That is the first step towards realizing your fate. You've wasted no time using the password. Heed well the information it will bring you. You can learn much of value by listening. I offer you one more bit of advice before you depart for Fynn. Those who have fallen in battle can be revived at a sanctuary. Should one of you fall before you reach Fynn, go without hesitation to the nearest sanctuary. Thank you. The port of Paloom lies not far east of here, but a lake separates us, so you won't be able to reach the town without a canoe. Headed to Fynn, are we? It's not my place to tell you what to do, but I'd reconsider if I were you. It's a dangerous place to be, you see. The city is crawling with the Empire's monsters. To the north lies a small village called Gatria. Judging by the look of you, you'd be lucky to make it that far. Before you go anywhere, I suggest you visit the room with the sigil that saved your life. There you'll find people who can teach you a thing or two about adventuring. I think you're going to need all the advice you can spare. This is the Rebel Army's war room. Same. Yeah, just like in Final Fantasy 1 and 3, the little mini-map kind of gives you everything. Yep, and then they always add the little beginner hall to like the remakes. Didn't really give you much originally. I'm not too worried about it though, because I do remember how the game is played. It's pretty different than 1 and 3, but I can walk y'all through it more or less. This is the King's bedchamber. His Majesty was grievously wounded in the flight from Fynn. He's been resting here for some time now. Okay, same thing. An arrow struck me in the back during the battle, leaving me in this state. Perhaps I really have grown old. My daughter Hilda now serves as regent. You should speak with her. Ah, the vocals, the instrumentation. This is such an important song to this game, and they really did a good job with it. I mentioned this to some of my friends, but like I tried to play the PSP version of Final Fantasy 1 just to kind of remind myself what that was like, but the MIDI music was getting to me. It's just not anywhere close to the same quality as these real instrument recordings. It's just like too good. You're in the rebel hideout in the town of Altair. Gordon, the Prince of Kashuan, is hiding out here in Altair. I don't know what happened, but something has made him lose faith in himself. Princess Hilda fled here when Fynn was sacked. She's doing a remarkable job of leading the rebel army while His Majesty recovers. Got a treasure box over here. Potion. Yeah, very different from Final Fantasy 1. And 3 for that matter, is that we're... Man, for a minute I thought it was a completely different song, because the way it started was so different. Oh, those strings in the back. Lovely. That guitar work. Okay. Got some really like tuned plucking there. I like it. Oh, see, this is how I remember it being like very soft but still like orchestral thing going on. But the second way around, the second way through is very interesting, like interpretation. Oh, I've got a Final Fantasy shirt on today. I don't know if I showed you guys. Oh, French horn, I love it. It's a new bridge. Then we're back to it. Very, very good. Very, very good. Look, it's a new game. This is going to happen a lot. I'm Paul, the greatest thief in all the world. I've yet to invent the loot I can't burgle or steal. The Imperial coffers have kept my purse fat with gil lately. I never steal from the rebels, you can be sure of that. My home was in Fynn too. Can't even go home now that the Empire has occupied the city. This is the town of Altair. The Imperial forces haven't been deployed this far out yet. I suppose it's only a matter of time, though. What can I do for you? I don't have much money. Oh, I do have money, though. Cap, clothes, gloves. The equipment is not limited at all in this game. So everybody can equip everything. It's just sort of like, that's what I meant when I was talking about blank slates. Like, everyone just sort of gets access to whatever. But I'm not going to put a shield on the other two characters because when you use a bow and arrow, you have to have your other hand free, otherwise it won't work. So, in her case, she has to keep her other hand blank. And something I'll point out about, this guy, is if you have, kind of, but not really, that, like, you basically can build them up however you want, although they have starting equipment, so you can kind of favor them in that way if you want. But I will build them in a way that sort of kind of agrees with their starting equipment. But I was going to point, what I was talking about earlier was if you don't put something on the offhand and you've got a main hand, it automatically makes it to where they're using both hands, and he's actually going to hit harder with the axe than he would like if it was one axe and one shield, you know? And that's, I'm going to keep him that way. But that was true even on the NES, which I thought was really cool at the time. Not many games did that. Like, there wasn't an incentive not to put something in the offhand, you know? But yeah, there's no limits. Anybody can equip anything. Any magic can be learned. They have limited number of like slots. Like you can only like learn so many spells, so you can't give everybody every spell, but you can give any configuration you want to. But I mentioned I was gonna give make Firion something of a red mage, so he's gonna get a little bit of a mix. What could you want with me? I'm just an old man. The geezer act is just a cover. My name's Tobul, and I'm the best darn blacksmith in the rebel army. There you go. What can I do for you? I'm pretty happy with their equipment as it is. I'm not going to change right now, so... Oh, that guitar gets me. I love it. Tobul, the fellow over in the weapons shop, is one fine blacksmith. I think something's been bothering him lately, though. And then the magic shop. There's no white or black magic shop that's distinct. It's just all the one shop, but you get different magics. As you can see, we get 3 black magics and a white magic. I can only learn one because I'm out of money, but I'm gonna do it. I need her to be able to heal. Now, I could teach it to anybody. I'm going to teach it to Maria, but I can teach it to anyone. I'm gonna give it to Firion too, just not right this second because I don't have the funds. Oh, very mysterious. You know, even on the NES, yes, and it's not just Wild Rose. It's any password. Like if a password will do something, they'll give you the opportunity, but not normally. Like you can't just say words to anybody. So yes, very good catch. Very good that you noticed that. Oh, they even did the airship thing! Oh, I love it. Okay, yep. That's even on the NES also. Like, you'll just be standing around and an airship will pass by. It really gives the world a kind of lived-in feel, I think. But yeah, it's Sid doing his taxi service. I'm gonna listen to this more, because the second time through, like, we get some more, like, woodwinds in the back, and we get some, like, a different key trumpet business going on. Yep, there it goes again. What screen? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it would be annoying. Oh, it's got a little bridge. Of course it does. Of course it does. Pass it by again. Where are they going with this? Okay, now we're coming back down. Oh, I love it. So good. So good. So good. Oh, look at that! Okay. Yeah, there's no experience in this one. So they don't do that, There's no experience points and there's no levels. You just gain stats as you go. But there are skill levels, and they're showing you that with each action. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, we got some stat increases all the same. Very nice. And the way you increase stats in this game is to use them essentially. So if you take damage, you gain defense and HP. If you cast spells, you gain magic experience and MP. You attack, you gain strength, all that good stuff. Hey, there we go. We got some level ups on our weapons. Yeah, notice that I used her magic, so her MP jumps up to 15. Magic skill goes up, spirit skill goes up. So it really matters what actions you choose as to what develops. And that's sort of how this game works. Like it wants you to kind of settle into a certain playstyle, and then it rewards you for doing that playstyle. And I mentioned that this was a precursor to the SaGa series. The SaGa works exactly the same way. In fact, if I were to reapproach this game, I would actually make it a lot more like SaGa. Like with, different kinds of equipment and, abilities that you learn with your weapons. Maybe even like the Waza points and Jutsu points like SaGa has. Yeah, like, actually not unlike 14. There's our bow level up skill. Poor Furion's not getting much experience. How are we doing on cash? Are we at 234? What do I want? 3, 450, 550. Yeah, when I get to 550, I'll go buy the rest of the magic, and then we'll go. Unfortunately, I recall this game having a ton of grinding that was necessary, just because like the difference between regular mobs and bosses is so absurd. Like, you're not going to be able to hit bosses. Like, they just won't take any damage because their defense is too high. Unless you really, like, work it up. That's true. Yeah, if 14 worked that way, like, if it built your skills... Actually, there was an old MMO that did work that way called Ultima Online, where you had, like, skills that would develop, and then... You had like a certain number of skill raises that you could use, so you kind of worked it out the way you wanted it to work out. And yeah, so you got good at certain things, and you kind of build something of a class from that, which I thought was really neat. Old MMO, ancient. That's another thing the NES version did, which was kind of neat. Your characters would very briefly celebrate, and then they would just walk off the screen. Like, well, that was a good win, but I got things I gotta do, so I'm leaving. It's always kind of how I interpreted it. Yeah, those, I don't remember what it was that I fought, but they gave me good experience. Maybe those goblins. Yes, it's really good. I don't know if it's still the case in this one. Yeah, they're not sticking around to celebrate. They're leaving. I don't know if it's still the case in this one, but in the original game, you didn't have to actually execute the ability. Even if you just selected the ability, that still counts for your, you know, developing that skill. Don't know if that's still the case though. So, like, the fact that I'm telling her to cure is building up her magic. At least it would be in the old game. Doesn't seem to be now, so it seems to be more based on what you actually do and not what you select to do. Which I suppose is more realistic, but that was convenient before, where, like, you didn't have to actually do it. Hey, look! Oh! Yeah, there was something else I wanted to point out in this one, is there was two different kinds of poison. There was poison, and then there was, like, venom. And the venom was, like, it was a status that would wear off at the end of a fight, so it didn't linger like in the first game. And that's actually what we're dealing with right now. Like, we don't have to cure the poison because it'll be cured automatically when we leave. Sword and shield up. HP and stamina. What are we doing? 396. What's something else I can say? Yeah, notice we're not poisoned at all. Oh. You can target yourself. In fact, it was encouraged in the original game to basically attack yourself so that you could build your stats kind of artificially. Oh wow, he hit himself hard. That's scary. I don't intend to do that a lot, but I just wanted to show it off. Like, yeah, because he hit himself, his HP went up a lot. And then same thing with Guy. Like, his defense and his HP went up a lot. That was a way to cheese your development in the original game. Not quite there, but I'm gonna heal anyway. Another thing that was nice is how inns worked in this game is there wasn't a set price for the inn. Like, they would charge you based on what you needed. So, like, it's 35 gil because of where my HP and MP are at right now. Not the most realistic, but it was pretty cool. Very gamey. I could get some of the stuff, I think. I'll probably get him his cure spell and maybe like a offensive ability. That guitar. What do we think? He's getting all of them, but which one's he getting now? Let's go with fire. Okay, he's getting both of these. I want to say in the original game you could turn the magic spells back into books, but I don't know if that's actually true or if I'm making that up. Another interesting point about magic in this game is, just like how your weapons level up, the spells themselves will level up. Speaking of spells, I need to use it. Like, you see how it's Fire 1? There's no Fire 2 spell, so I just keep casting Fire over and over and over and over, and eventually it will turn into Fire 2. And then it goes up to, I think, what, 14 or 15? I forget how high it goes, but there gets a point where like it takes an obscenely long time for it to like level up anymore. So. Wow, got a lot of HP. There's a lot, like there's more than the first game, but I don't want to say there's like a ton. Maybe like 24 or something like that. They're all divided between white magic and black magic. Yeah, magic's cool. I think it's probably more robust in this game than the first one for sure. Yeah, that would be really cool. You have someone to heal? Yes, you do. Yeah, you don't always get stats. That's one thing I like about SaGa Frontier and like the later titles, is that you pretty much always get stats. But in Final Fantasy II, not so. We at 300 yet? Yeah, let's go a little bit more so we have a little buffer for the end. Oh, I should also mention, as your spells get stronger, they get more expensive. So instead of costing 1 MP, they'll cost 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, you know. It's like, just goes up as they get more power. Oh, like on the world map? I believe so. I can try it. Like you don't have to walk around as Farion. Hey, okay, there's Cure leveling up, so now it'll be Cure 2 instead of Cure. Let me see if I do it. Yep, I can walk around as Maria, or I can walk around as Guy. It doesn't change your party makeup at all. Yeah, the animation will change as well in the later games, or even in the original game, I want to say. I just have the one to heal right now. Let's do this. Something else I'll mention, the monsters, the way they're arranged, like which ones are in front and which ones are in back, they actually matter. So think like your weapons have ranges, so if you're like a melee fighter, you have to hit the one in the front. You're not going to be able to hit the ones in the back. Unless you're casting or using a bow. And that's the benefit of using a bow. You'll notice Maria's in the back row. This isn't true in later Final Fantasies, but she can only attack from the back row because she has a bow. Otherwise, she would have to be in the front row. So it's kind of an interesting way in which this game works, where like the back line and the front line have like really matter a lot. $36. See, it's slightly more expensive. She does. It's funny seeing her in later like in impressions. There's a gacha game that I used to play called Opera Omnia, and she's featured in that one with a bow and arrow. She's pretty cool in that one. She's kind of a hybrid shooter healer, which is kind of how I'm gonna make her in this one as well. Alright, we got Thunder, we got Blizzard. Yeah, he's probably going to be casting more than anything else. Oh, because of the... Yeah, I don't know why in Final Fantasy it does this, where like it'll start facing the right way, and then they'll let go of the string, and it'll turn around. I think they're just playing with the sprite to make it look like it's recoiling, but it just looks funny to me, especially in the remakes. I don't know why they do it. Alright, time to go to Finn. Let's do it. And we're not far from Finn, actually. It's right. Let's fire thunder. Oop, didn't hit him. Yeah, that shield comes out a lot because you're basically giving up a lot to have a shield in the first place. Cure 2 is really good. I don't know if I have a way to cross here though. I think I'm just kind of... Oh no, I do. Okay, cool. Burn. There's a spell called Basura, which is how you remove those kinds of statuses that are like, you know, only for that round. I think I'm gonna save her MP. What do you mean? Hey, there we go. Fire leveled up. Gatreya. This is the village of Gatreya. Finn is just over there across the lake, see? This is probably not going to cost very much. 5 gil, yeah. Oh, she threw something? It was probably an arrow. Just, you know, animations. What can I do for you? Yeah, we got some new weapon types here. Okay, so we can buy another axe and bow if we wanted to. And javelin's a different kind of weapon. You can buy multiple weapons and you can use however many you want. It's just, you know, there's not really any reason to, which is kind of a shame. I would like to see that changed. If I were to like take a crack at it, I would make it to where SaGa Frontier has the system where you equip like 4 slots for your weapons and items, like if you want to use them during battle, and then 4 slots for your armor, and it can be whatever you want. I would do that here where like you could have multiple weapon slots on your character. So like if you used a bow and arrow, that would use 2 slots. If you want to hold something both-handed, that would be 2 slots, and you basically set that as you're setting it. Or you could have like a sword, a shield, and 2 daggers or something like that. And then you'd have access to your sword abilities and your dagger abilities in a given turn. Very SaGa Frontier-like. No reason not to, right? Oh, I have another one. Hello, why don't I just give it to her? That's a good question. Drops her evasion a little bit, but no big deal. Had an extra sword. A buckler and the clothes. Gatreya and Altair haven't fallen to the clutches of the Empire yet, but once the Dreadnought is complete, nothing will be able to stop the Empire. The Imperial forces have occupied Castle Finn. The gates are drawn and no one can enter. And with Imperial troops and monsters roaming the streets, the city isn't any better off. There's a pub just on the outskirts of Finn. When the Empire invaded, the barkeep didn't make it out in time. They say he's still working there, pouring drinks for the Imperials. No magic here, just a quick stop on the way out, it looks like. Alright, but we learned something about Finn, so now we're gonna go check it out for ourselves. Ambushed. Actually, I'm gonna chill with her MP real. Yeah, this game is not afraid to have attacks deal 0 damage, and that works kind of in your favor and in their favor. So like there were points where you'd get to bosses and you were unable to damage them, and it's just like, oh great, now what? So kind of basically had to like re-prepare and start over essentially. Yeah, let's start shooting her bow. Man, a lot of ambushes. Yeah. Oh, nice. It's pretty good HP gain. Alright, here we go. Finn, this is the place where we grew up that was ransacked by the Empire. Okay, this is where I can really demonstrate. Like, I can swing at them, but I won't hit them. Unless I use magic. I can hit the ones in back, but he's limited to... Well, I wonder if it will still stop me. Let's try it. Oh, there won't be any left over. Oh well. Very good evasion work. I think you got it. That's a kill. Finn. Okay, so you want to avoid the Empire. It's just as we've heard. The city is crawling with Imperial soldiers. We have to be careful. Make sure not to get too close. Yeah, because if they see you, they'll fight you and they will destroy you because they are very strong. So you gotta oh. They're still monsters, but they're like the Imperials are the real danger. Aww. Man, there's this lady at work that I like very regularly accidentally frighten when I go to ask her a question, because like she doesn't hear me coming, or like even when I try to say something as I'm walking up, she still jumps. I'm like, oh man, I always feel bad, and then she feels bad because it's like. Yeah, it just was, none of it was meant to happen that way. Alright, let's level up Blizzard next. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Less impact if you're not landing on your heel. I feel like we were meant to walk that way though, on our toes. I feel like that works better, generally speaking. And we only make shoes that encourage us to walk on our heels. All that cushion. Ah, 2 hits, nice. There was this really neat animation on the NES I want to point out with Maria. If you got really good at her bow skill, she just like, there'd just be like 3 or 4 arrows sticking out of the monster, and that would be the hit animation. I thought it looked really cool. I feel like there's things that the NES did that was impressive, but these pixel remakes don't embrace, so like we just don't get to see them, and I just get to talk about them and sound like a nostalgic lunatic, but what are you gonna do? But it's funny, playing this game, like, things fly into my memory. People make fun of you? That's mean. Man, they don't know. Oh, been cleared out. Weapon shop owner's gone. Armor shop's gone too. Oop, can't go this way. That guy's standing in the way. Oop. It's funny, I feel like with these monsters, I've hit my limit on how strong my weapons could get. They're just like, no. The 3 is it. You're done. Let's see if I can get any magic. Ooh. Okay, you can target the whole group. Let's see how that works. Aww. Do what's comfortable for you. I mean, that's really all there is to it, if you ask me. Fight an Imperial? Well, I guess I did just enter a room. Okay. Oh, he ran off. That's right. They'll run away if they know they're outmatched. That's funny. Rebel curs, fight! Versus Captain. See if I can deal him any damage. Okay, a little bit. Nope. Alright, figure out your show. Ah. That really doesn't do much. Oh, yeah. Just not hitting him hard enough. We were defeated. Alright. Okay, so we now need to find the tavern outside of town. Yeah, we still have Blizzard at level 2. Uh-oh. It's time for a musical number. Let's do it. Is that 2? Yes, it is. They will fight you in here too. Rebel curse! Oh no! Very good. Whoa, where do you think you're going? Customers aren't allowed behind the counter. These Imperials are as ill-bred as they come. Wild Rose. Ah, you're with the rebels! You'll find a secret door in this wall. There's a wounded soldier back there. Go see if you can help him. Hmm? What am I going to do? I've had it with this place. You guys can take it from here. Don't let us down. Bye. Now we get to meet Scott. Potion, potion, potion. Are you going to turn me over to the Empire? At least have the decency to kill me first. I don't want them to take me alive. Wild Rose. So, you're rebel soldiers, are you? My name is Scott. I'm the Prince of Kashwan. Prince Scott, we were told you fell in the battle. Thank goodness you're still alive. I am, but not for much longer. I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. There's something you must tell my brother Gordon. Tell him I know he has great strength. He must learn to have more faith in himself. Also, I have a message for the king. Tell him the reason Finn fell so quickly is that Count Borgin has betrayed us. He's been made a general in the Imperial Army. There's one more thing. Tell Hilda that I love her. No, don't deliver that last message. The confessions of a dying man, they would only bring her pain. My brother, Leon, have you heard of him? I'm sorry, but I've not. I wish I could be of more help. Here, I want you to take my ring. I'm sure it will be of use. Maybe it's all this talking, but I've grown extremely tired. If you'll excuse me, I just need to rest. Just for a little while. Probably could have done without the sound effect. You obtained Scott's ring! This little jingle doesn't fit well with the tone of the scene. Sorry, Scott. You were a good man. I'm gonna make a point. I know it's like it's a strange thing to say now, because it's not gonna be in this version, which is a shame. But in the PSP version, the remake, they added an extra dungeon at the end of the game, where you get to play as all the characters that died throughout the story, and then you finally. So Scott wasn't a playable character in the original version, but he is in the remake, and you play as him in that bonus dungeon, which is really cool, I think. Yes, that's Scott's scene. That's Scott's scene in this game. He's already done, unfortunately. They really are. You're just kind of wandering around, and then it's like, they don't care. Alright, time to go back. We got some messages to relay. Yeah, we're getting to where, like, we're just mowing through these guys. Not that we ever weren't, but, like, it's especially apparent now. Guy's getting a lot of HP. I think all he does is attack, though, so it really helps. He's very, very physically inclined. And look at that shield workout. Man, I'm already getting hungry again. I have to have some of my leftovers after stream tonight. Yeah, I feel like the games are going to be pretty, what you call it, pretty modest for a while, for a bit here. Yeah. It's an old Final Fantasy. That's gonna get better as the games go on, where like there's just like encounter after encounter. And the sad thing is, like, they're not strong enemies, so there's not much benefit to fighting them. I mean, there's still a little bit we're getting occasionally, which obviously is going to add up, but yeah. And the fact that like Firion is level 2ing his magic spells already is really nice. Because like his damage comes from his magic. I guess the ambush factor must be a lot more, a lot larger in this one than it was in other games, because it seems like every other like encounter is an ambush. Hey, there we go. Now we're all level 2'd up. New ability lately. It's the backflip move, except you don't backflip, you hit with your sword again. Why don't I use that? Oh, you're talking about engagement. Displacement has ever so slightly bigger potency, so it hits a little bit harder. And I like the backflip. I mean, I like jumping back, doing my big attack, and then sliding in again. It's just personal though, really. Like literally they said they're gonna make the two moves have the exact same potency for Endwalker, so it's not gonna matter which one you go with. In fact, I feel like the meta is gonna become just use engagement and don't bother with displacement ever, but I like displacement. My name is Gordon. I was once a prince of Kashuan. It does. Now I'm nothing but a coward. When my brother Scott fell in battle, I abandoned my kingdom and fled here. So you asked to take up arms in the struggle. I'm so afraid Hilda will turn me away that I haven't even asked her. I've been stalling here. I'm just a spineless coward. Go ahead, laugh. I deserve it. Here's the other thing you can do. If you have key items in your inventory, just like using passwords, you can use these items to spur a conversation. Now I can use his brother's ring and show it to him. That ring! It's my brother's! He really said all those things about me? Oh, it's the same. Okay. Okay, I guess that's really it. Alrighty. Let's go deliver the message to the king. An arrow struck me in the back during the battle, leaving me in this state. Perhaps I really have grown old. My daughter Hilda now serves as regent. You should speak with her. Oh, you don't get the option. Okay. Let's go speak to Hilda then. It's actually a lot of the missions in this game involve you going back and forth from here and then talking to Hilda again. Our password is Wild Rose. Remember it well. That ring belonged to Scott. Is he alive? He gave us this ring in Finn, just before he lost the last of his strength. Did he say anything? No, nothing. Your Highness, please. The ring belongs with you. No, keep it. It suits a personage of courage. You infiltrated Finn and returned to tell the tale. You've proven yourselves quite capable. It would seem I underestimated your strength. I would have you lend that strength to our cause. There is a magical metal known as Mithril, and we need strong warriors if we are to obtain it. This is the first game to use Mithril. Originally, there was no Mithril in Final Fantasy I. It was replaced with silver. But they retroactively put Mithril in the first Final Fantasy. Let's learn it! I'm sorry, let's learn Mithril! Yeah, we have Mithril now. And we can say it. We lost Finn because we were ill-equipped. The Empire fought with weapons and armor made of Mithril. I have charged Joseph, a man living in Salamand, with the task of finding a source of Mithril. Personage. What's a good way to define that word? I would say, I guess a personal trait. Like a... Let me look it up, because I don't want to tell you wrong. Person often used to express their significance, important, or elevated status. A character in a play or a work. So it must be... We're basically talking about, like a character. I mean... Boomer Blacksmith. I do not know the cause, but we've been out of contact with him for some time now. Will you go with Minwu to Salamand to look into this? Yes, I will. I heard Her Highness's words and have waited here for you since. To reach Salamand, you must first pass through the port town of Paloom. Take my canoe and let us be on our way. That's right, this game has a canoe as well. You obtained a canoe! Now you can cross little rivers. Yeah, Minwu's a new party member. Nice thing about this game, your fourth party member slot is occupied by a guest through much of the game. And he is very, very good at white magic. Like, you notice he's got everything. And quite powerful, too. Minwu is your first, like, high-level help. Like, he's just better than you. Yeah, you can play with all the different white magic spells since he's got them all. Also, he uses, staves. He really is. Minwu is a seasoned wizard, like white wizard. And I like that it really, like, comes through. Like, he's better than you. So, I mean, it makes sense, because he's, you know, seasoned, like I said. But let's save, since I haven't done that yet, if you can believe that. Alright, now let's go. We can make use of the... Ooh. Any spell you want to see? There's so many. Restore HP, revive a KO ally, cure status ailment that wear off after battle. That's what I was talking about, the venom status. What kind of seasoning? All kinds. He's been around the block, as it were, so he's very fond of paprika. You know, he's asked people if they could spare any gray poupon. He definitely knows he knows about ordering fresh spices off the internet. That's how seasoned he is. It's amazing. Blink, same thing, raising evasion. Barrier against elemental attacks and status ailments. Esna's, you know what Esna is. Protect, raising defense. Shell, raising magic defense. Wall, guarding against magic attacks. Sap reduces MP. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't always do that. Silence, silence. Dispel removes barriers, so like erase in later games. Inflicts amnesia, fog. Interesting. Swap swaps HP and MP with the target. That's intense. I don't ever use that spell. Fear strikes fear in the target's heart, making them likely to flee. That's funny. And then teleport. Banish the target to another dimension or transports the party out of dungeons using HP. Yeah. Teleport. That's a move. That is a move. I think in this game warp is better because if it's like 5, and I'm not sure that it is or not, it just makes their stats lower. It just makes it so they're not as good at fighting. But I'm not entirely sure. It might be that they're, you know, because that's not the same as silence. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, we'll just swing. Yeah, let him swing his cane. He's not very good at that. For being a specialist, but he's all about casting white magic, so yeah, his level 1 cane. He doesn't hit people with it. Alright. And check out our super cool canoe animation that we've all seen before. Yeah. I think that's part of it. But I don't remember the specifics, so they might forget some of their spells, they might forget some of their abilities, you know, or they might just have their stats reduced. I'm honestly not sure. Let me fire it just to look at it. Fog 6. Didn't do anything. Okay. One thing it did take is his MP though. This is Paloom. You folks wouldn't be looking to book a passage on a ship, would you? For just 32 gil, we'll see us safely to Poft. No. The Empire hasn't attacked Paloom or Poft, at least not yet. The ship's headed out for a little port will take us straight to Poft. Go ahead and get his MP back. 6 gil. Not too bad. It's funny, restoring MP used to be significantly more expensive than restoring HP. But it looks like they've cheapened it for this version. Which is nice, because the MP is what you need, more than HP. What items can we get? Oh, Phoenix Downs, of course. Oh, elixirs, look at that! 50 grand, that's crazy. Oh, it's funny how dreams can do that sometimes. Like, you have to check and make sure that it wasn't real. I had a dream once that Amazon had bought out Paradigm while I was working there, and that they had all these changes they were going to make to follow the Amazon principles. And it was so realistic. I could even hear, like, my supervisor at the time droning on about all the new rules that Amazon was bringing down on them. And it was like, yeah, it was like I had to, like, make sure, like, Amazon didn't buy us out, right? Like, none of that was real, right? Because it was so real, like, it seemed like it happened. Now there's a fine lass. How about you and me go have a drink? With you, not a chance. Oh. Bafsk, Salamand, once you pass Poft, they say all the cities are under the control of the Empire. This is Paloom, just a little port town. What can I do for you? Oh, we get better stuff, it looks like. Oh, that's the same. That's the same, too. Okay. I already talked to him. Paloom's a town of freedom. Want to settle down here with me, handsome? What can I do for you? Oh, better shield. I'll take it. Better helm. I don't really equip the non-party members because they don't stay with you. Is that bad? Oh, the sword didn't get upgraded. But the shield is... And the helmet. And the armor. And the glove. Very nice changes here. Bronze glove. Bronze helm. Copper cuirass. We are on our way to Salamand to try to get some mithril. Because we want to equip our soldiers better so we can retake Finn. But we're already equipping ourselves better, which is a start. Okay, thank you. And we got some new magic spells possibly to learn. Let's see what we got here. Cure, we already know Cure. Blink. It's going to be good for Maria. Protect is probably going to be more important. And Shell. All those are good. Okay, well, gotta grind a little bit, I'm afraid. I'm gonna try walking to the other town, because I know you can. We're already level 2 on everything. Not you, though. Who needs protection? Herself. Just attack. It's fine. Excuse me. Hey, staff level up. Ooh, more goblins. See how good this cure is? Cure 7. Wow, okay. Yeah, it's not completely busted because despite the fact that Minwu is way stronger than you, he has very little offensive capabilities. So it's like you're not going to be using his impressive heals to fight bosses for you. Oh wow. Still has more stats to gain. Protect this round. Ah, we saw this guy in the drawings. The sprinter. Oof, not so tough. Vampire Thor. See how the group heal is. Probably pretty good. Yeah, it's still really good. And here's the other town you can take the ship to. Puffed. This is the port town of Puffed. Salamand is to the north. To our east is Bafsk. That's always going to be difficult for me to say. Sorry, but the ship's already left for Paloom. Bafsk, the city to our east, is under the control of the Empire. They're building something terrible there. You here to ride the airship? If you got the cash, there's no place I can't take you. Huh? Yeah, that's if you give them a keyword they can't react to. They just get a question mark. Huh? You want on the airship? Pay the guy behind me. Can I interest you folks in a ride on Sid's Pride and Joy? The only airship of its kind in all the world. No matter how far, we'll take you to your destination in the blink of an eye. Bask in my radiance. Of course, transportation of this fine caliber comes at a cost. Interested? No. Yeah, that's the taxi I was telling you about, the airship taxi. Bask, the city of to our east is under the control of the Empire. Oh yeah, same line. Yep. 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 Man, this is a one-note town if I've ever seen one. Yep. Okay. Everyone in this bar must speak in unison unless your name is Sid, and then you can say whatever you want. You can advertise your taxing service. Have you seen the airship? It belongs to a fellow named Sid who lives right here in Poft. He's the only one around who can fly it. That is correct. We have the same stuff here. I want to say it's all the same. Yeah, it's the same. You be looking for Sid? He's probably over in the pub. Here a few gil will get you a ride on that airship of his. Same stuff, okay. Nope, we saved that money at least. I think we're gonna get one more spell from Maria, and then we gotta probably move on a little. Yep, same thing. Thank you. Unless it's a different set of spells, in which case I'll be sad. No, it's the same. Okay. Let's go with Shell. Thank you. Alright, so now on this stop we can continue our trek north to Paloom. And we're gonna hopefully get that part done. We're now at the halfway point of the stream, so we're actually making pretty decent time as far as getting the stuff done. Cast Protect some more. Very slowly his staff skills going up. Oh, we get the ice bits. Sasquatch! Going squatch hunting. Woo. Oh, not so tough. As if his HP wasn't high enough. Yeah, there's like a... Oh, wait, here he is. It's like an ice themed place. I don't know if that's the same as Salamander. I could be wrong. Yes, indeed. Very fuzzy. Very bug-like. Almost level 3. I think this is Salamander, but we'll find out in a second. Yep. Cool. There's a lot of towns in this game. It feels like I don't know, it's the strangest thing to me, but it feels really... Oh, new spells. Very, very pricey new spells. Warp, in my opinion, is better than teleport, because Warp does not take your HP. You can just shoot it. You can just use it. So, in my opinion, Warp is better than teleport. Sap and life. Life is super important. I'm going to teach this to both Firion and Maria. But expensive. So yeah, we have to get a good source of gil at some point here, because like things are getting pricey. Oh, there's a sanctuary. I love Joseph, but I know that if I'm around, I would just get in his way. You have business with me? Mithril? I haven't found any yet. I do have a few leads, but I don't plan on sharing what I do know with a bunch of perfect strangers. I'm gonna need you to do a little something to prove you are who you say you are. There's a bunch of people from Salamand who are being forced to work in the cave at Simat Falls. Rescue them, and we'll talk. You're here for Princess Hilda. A little short on the tooth, aren't you? You kids can't fool me. Empires enslaved the men of Salamand and forced them to work in the cave at Simat Falls. Please, you have to help them. Simat Falls is beyond the mountain range to the south of Salamand. That's where the Empire's been mining its mithril. The first dungeon in the game. It's taken a long time, but we're finally getting there. Oh, we got a new sword. That's gonna be important. Oh, and a new axe. And a new bow. It's all important. Okay, let's go with the axe first. Yeah, that's gonna be all we can do for now. Battle axe. Ooh, accuracy down. That's unfortunate. The good thing, though, is that as your axe skill levels up, your accuracy kind of goes up with it. But yeah, accuracy is always going to help. Man, too much I need to spend money on, and I just don't have the money for it. 67 gil. Now you'll notice this song is the same as in Final Fantasy 1, but that wasn't the case originally. Originally, there was no sleeping jingle. It was just silence. It's kind of eerie. So I'm kind of glad they made it. I think it was in Final Fantasy Origins when they gave it the same in music as Final Fantasy 1. But that's the only time they did that. Every game has its own in music aside from 2. Alright, let's go find this cave. Preemptive strike. I get anything new? No, not for him anyway. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice upgrade for him. Hey, there's my protect level up. Nice. Aww. That's an affection headbutt, I think. Hopefully. Alright, let's do Shell now. Protect is for physical defense, Shell is for magic defense. Oh, here's the falls. Okay. Oh, look at all these guys. Okay. Oh, I hope not. That'd be mean. Kitty shouldn't be mean. Hey, there we go, level 3. We can't really row into the falls. It's not like Final Fantasy 1. Unless there's a certain point. No, it doesn't look like it. I think we need to get to the top of the falls. Yeah, let's got this kind of little mini maze going on. Makes sense. Okay. Wow. Man, when guys' HP jumps up, it really jumps up. Yeah, it's getting to be that time. You know, I might catch the dungeon just so you can kind of get an idea of what it's like, but you know, don't feel too, you know, don't feel like you have to stay up because there's not. I don't think there's going to be a lot of excitement in this episode, just because we're kind of. I mean, a lot of the important stuff we've seen, like we've met Hilda, we've been to Finn, we see the Empire and what they're about. We got to meet Sid. You know, just I feel like doing this dungeon and maybe another one, but the two are interchangeable. So if you catch the next one, I feel like you're probably fine if you want to go to sleep. Oh, we got an Imperial here. Tough guy. You're pretty far from home, aren't you, buddy? So it's pretty hard. There we go. Not enough to get me above the 3 threshold, though. Oh well. Nice jump there. Okay. Ooh, Goblin Guard. Probably should heal. Yeah, the some monsters will have ranged attacks, so they even though like only the ones on the front can attack you with melee attacks, the ones in the back can attack you with ranged attacks. So you might have a lot to deal with. Okay, here's our dungeon. Summit Falls, B1. Sasquatch! Oh hey, we hit over 100 HP on Varia. There we go. Shell leveled up. She's good on that. And let her handle the healing duties. Well, that's a mithril? Looks like it. Ooh, only one hit, but it was enough. Oh, wow. I can't do anything with this. It does look like some mithril, though. A large stone blocks the passage. Interesting. I'm trying to have them cure themselves. That would probably be a little more effective. There we go. Oh, he ran off. Not too bad. skill. That's pretty good for this point in the game. She needs more HP. I'm gonna have her attack more for a bit here. For what good that will do. It does seem to help Guy at least. It's funny, this song is about how I expected it to be. But that kind of really high violin that we've got going on now is pretty neat. There we go. It did help her. Ooh, we're like really pulling the finger. Okay, I like the second pass through a lot. Part of me wants to stop and listen, but try to get this show on the road. I love that vibrato that's going on though. That sounds really nice. Can I get in the water a little bit? It didn't look like I could walk through that, but I could. Eye drops. These guys are nothing. Pretty decent source of gil, but that's about it. Was that? Yes, it is. Funny, Maria's taking up the back row before the guys can take out the front row. There we go. Like Minwoo needs more HP, but he probably does. High potion. Good. See, did I come from there? Yes. Okay, so this is where, like, the dungeon design for Final Fantasy II kind of bugs me. Is that the way they handled, like, trap doors, they're, like, throw them all over the place. And this is our first instance of them. Is we get 3 fake doors and 1 real door. And the contents of the fake doors is literally like nothing. You end up in a room, and then you take 1 step back, you fight, and then you leave the room. And that's it. So, you know, enjoy that, I guess. And then whichever one has the boss in it's just gonna have the boss in it, so. And it happens kind of a lot, and I'm not a big fan of it, but that is one thing this game does with their dungeon design. Oh hey, here we go. That was the correct one. I'm going to show you the wrong one just so you can see it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no, I don't like this. Can guy hurt them? Please say yes. No, wow. Okay, so this is the Furion show. I'm gonna guess Blizzard. Don't want to do that. Not really. Okay, yeah, that's it. He's gonna be doing that every round. Okay, there we go. So he can do it. Let me try a group wizard. See if that does enough. Basuna and Esuna have an interesting, I bet it's battle status now. Basuna. Is that enough? Yes. Okay, cool. Good to know. Oh, but it did give him experience in it. Interesting. Yeah, Furion got a lot out of that. Okay, but that's what a wrong door looks like. Oh, makes you don't always get in a fight. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's less annoying. Alright, down we go. Not yet. Alright. So from now on, anytime you see a door, it's like flip a coin and maybe you'll get that. Hopefully he doesn't blow through all of his MP before we finish this dungeon fighting those guys. $200 gil. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, it didn't hurt that much. Okay, good. Usually, like, bombs blowing up hurts a lot. Oh, he took it like a trooper, though, and he gained HP as a result, and stamina, which is defense. and give her more HP. She needs it. Nothing. Care if Min will gain stats. I mean, he's cool and all, but it doesn't matter that much. Man, these aren't nearly as annoying as they used to be. I mean, here we go, we found something. Okay, this is probably the boss room. I'm gonna go get that treasure box real quick. Don't need to fire a bow from the first row, sir. To do anyway. Sasquatches. Save us or help us, please. Help us, please. Same. Oh no. Alright, let's make sure we're all good. Or at least as good as we could be. Furion, it's you! Am I ever glad you're here? That's not the boss at all. This is Joseph's daughter, Nellie. I think that dastardly Morgan's been hiding her hostage to threaten Joseph. Princess Hilda told you to bring her back some mithril, right? Well, that's normally where I step in. Figured this out that this was where the mithril was coming from, easy enough. So I thought I'd get the jump on you guys and nab the mithril before you could get here. Only I messed up and got caught. Me, of all people. Well, I know when I'm over my head. So long, but don't worry. I'll take everyone here with me. Thanks for saving us. I owe you one. Yeah, I feel like you've seen, you've now seen a dungeon. There's not much more to this. We fight a boss and it's just a guy, like the project head for the Empire. Like, a lot of the bosses in this game are just some officer. So, like I said, if you want to go to sleep, go for it. I mean, it's getting late, so there's always next week. Every time they blow up, he gains like 50 hit points in defense, so I like it. Oh, not this time, maybe. Oh yeah, look at that. 225 and then stamina up by 1. Aw, you fell asleep. Aw, that's okay. It's really just this. I mean, it's corridors and bridges and fake rooms and, you know, that's really it. It's kind of a, it's a bit of a slog. It's not, you know. To me, the dungeons are the least interesting part of this game. Like, it's all about the characters and the story. So, you know, the dungeons are just something you have to do between characters and story, is the way I feel about it. Fire Tome, hey! Let's give it to... I kind of want to give her something offensive to play with, but I'll hold on to it for now. Something you can do, and it's like if you get stronger fire spells, and yeah, that's a good point. Like say you level up to like fire 6 or something, but you don't want to spend 6 HP every time you cast fire. You can rebuy a fire book and have both fire 6 and fire 1 at the same time. So you can sort of like have different levels of fire. I actually wouldn't mind if they made it so that you could lock it at one particular level so that it wouldn't raise anymore. I feel like that would be a nice quality of life change. But that's how it works in this game. So there's no like Fyra or Fyraga book, it's all fire. So you buy fire 3 times, you level 1 to Fyraga, 1 to Fyra, you know, etc, etc. And if you just want like multi-levels of fire at once. I never bothered with that, I just had 1 each. I feel like that's what most people do. But, you know, if you wanted to do multiple levels like that, that's how you would do it. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, fire 3, fire 4, fire 4, fire 4, fire 4. But like I said, there's no way to stop your experience gain. So like eventually your low level's going to turn into higher levels, so you have to buy another book. I wish it would, like I said, I wish there was a way to freeze it or halt it. Like if you want a certain level. Like I could definitely see wanting to keep a low level cure just to have it and it'd be cheap, you know? But yeah, that's not, unfortunately that's not an option. Oop, he ran off. And Maria's not getting the HP like I was hoping she would, but hopefully she gets to about 100 or roughly 100 by the time we get to the boss. If it's anything like the NES version, or even the Origins version, the boss is going to be significantly stronger than everything else we've faced so far. Which is another unfortunate quirk about this game. That hopefully they remedied, like, the bosses just aren't quite as strong as they used to be as far as like balancing, but we'll see. We'll find out soon enough. Good question. I honestly thought the room with Paul was the boss room, but it wasn't. I actually don't even remember this dungeon being that long. Like, the first set of doors that I talked about, I thought one of those was the boss. But it's a little bit more, I guess. I honestly don't know, though. Like, I don't think it's going to compare to, like, some of the super, super long dungeons, but we're not at the end yet. Okay, yeah, I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. Aw. I'll try to move, but I really don't know how. I mean, it's the first dungeon. You wouldn't think it'd be that long. And I do recall, like, when I was doing it, like the first time through, I was surprised that I got to the boss because it was just kind of like in one of the rooms, at least by my by my recollection. But it's not the most reliable because it's been such a long time. I will say that the boss music that was written for the Origins version was pretty cool. Had this kind of like Near Eastern flavor to it. I don't know if they're going to mimic it for this version, but we'll see. At least I know what to do with you guys now. Oh hey, she's tearing him. Cool. He's still not. Yeah, these doors are placed there. They literally do nothing but force a fight on you. Oh, hey, here's the boss. Okay, yeah, there we go. Just randomly. Hey, here he is. I prepared earlier. Alright, let's give this a go. Ha! Rebels. Never thought I'd have to deal with your kind down here. Well, if you think you're getting mithril, you'd be right. My mithril blade straight through your heart! Ha! Ha! Let's go! Oh, yeah. Still got that Near Eastern flavor to it. Let's stay to our Blizzard theme. I should start with her, she'll probably need it more. Oh, she saw you get in the chair, now she wants to snuggle. Skeeters, you're cute. What a cute bug. Sergeant's got jokes, he sure does. Let's do Blink, because she can't do Blink right now. Blink 5. Raises everyone's evasion. But unlike in other games, where like evasion is just you either evade or you don't, like it's a free, you're gonna evade the next attack. And this one, it just raises the evasion stat. And I want to say it's the only Final Fantasy that does that. The others have all been like, the next attack you're just gonna evade. Oof. Wow, he hits pretty hard. Yeah, even Guy's barely hurting him, so that same kind of deal where like he has just crazy high defense still gets. I don't think Maria or Minwu would be able to damage him. Yeah, Firion without using magic's not hurting him either. Wait, let's do another protect. Then leave the healing to Minwu. Okay, he's not using magic, so I'm not really worried about Shell. So we'll just try and see what can happen here. Let's see if we can fog him. Oh yeah, here we go. Nope, that did nothing. Yeah. Seems like Firion's gonna be the star of this show. He doesn't run out of MP. It's a big F. Oh hey, she damaged him. Nice. Oop, nothing. Fear. Oh man, he hits hard. Aww, cutie bag. can't think of anything else that'd be terribly useful right now. Let's see if you deal any damage. Nope. Try to conserve his MP a little bit. Yeah, for when that happens. Okay, that was a pretty decent hit. The bug, yeah. Isn't that magic? Ooh. Yeah, this is why I wanted her to have over like 100 hit. Okay, there we go. Nice. Oh yeah, nice gains there. HP, MP, intellect, stamina, and magic. Same with Maria. Oh, she's still not over 100 though. Nice MP gains though. Stamina and magic went up. Oh, her stamina's so low. Minwoo. Oh, nice. It hardly matters for him, but okay. Always good. You found Mithril in the chest. That's how you get Mithril. So cool. Like, oh, it's the waterfall. That's cool. This water's a weird color. Let's drink it. Not this time. Now there's a little bit more to explore, and I didn't buy warp, so no easy way out of here yet, but we'll get some more money on the way out. Oh no! Yeah, by 3 minutes. Aw, I wasn't even thinking about it. Okay, thanks for coming. Always nice to have an audience to bounce off of. I hope you rest well, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. You know, it's fine. Like, people hate on it. It's really not that bad. Like, it's really the nicest I could be. But the story's nice. Characters are nice. Sleep tight. Alright. I can't imagine it's going to be terribly interesting watching me walk out of here, but it will take time. So there you have that to look forward to. I don't think there's anything over here, but I'm going to walk over here anyway. Dungeon design. Unlike 3, which, like, if you go the wrong way, they reward you. You can go the wrong way all day, and all you get is more random encounters in this one. And that's true in the first game as well, so you kind of don't, like, there's really not much reason to go the wrong way, or to want to go the wrong way. But I do it anyway, because it's been hammered into me, I guess. All the different RPGs I've played over the years. Where that very much is a trope. More strength is always good. Yeah, we won't be dealing with poison for a while. Where like it stays with you after battle. But it does eventually become a thing, so you want to keep those antidotes. Oof. It's a nice big hit, but man, it's scary all the same. This is probably nothing. Yeah. Oh, we got a treasure box, so that's nice. Ooh, I get 4 more of those and then no more. It's pretty wild. Ooh, still nothing. Oh, hey, blizzard up. Okay, so we switch to something else. Guess, lightning? We'll give that a shot. Thunder? Oh no, monster in the box. This is probably, yeah, this is not gonna be an easy fight. Okay, this is not a good time for this either. That's unfortunate. Let's see if we can take this guy. Oh, yes, yes we can. Blizzard 3, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff. Minwu wasn't strong enough. Hey, teleport. Okay, cool. I forgot Minwu has teleport. I don't like teleport though, as I've made clear, I think. So we can use Minwu to get out of here, and we're going to in just a second. Because I don't think there's anything more here in this place. It's gonna hurt though. So like, the teleport takes your HP to use. So let's see how much that smacked him. Yeah, a lot. He had like almost full health. Hopefully nothing smacks him on the way back. Although let's use up his MP while we're at it. That's it, he can't cast anymore. Excuse me. Actually, we could probably give him another shot of Maria's Cure 2. Yep, took him a lot in one go. Forgot what I was doing. Didn't heal as much as I thought it should have, but oh well. Oh, now she goes over 100. Nice. Right at the door. Probably didn't need to be careful about it, but oh well. And that would have done it. probably upgrade the rest of our items, which I neglected to do because of funding problems. 221. Not too shabby. We used a lot of MP though in that dungeon. That's probably why. Alright, get the men back. Our husbands are back safe and sound. We have you to thank for it. Same. Thank you so much. We owe our freedom to you. Take the mithril to Altair and give it to the princess as soon as you can, in case you need a reminding. I love Joseph, but I know that if I'm around, I would just get in his way. Same line. Oh yeah, his daughter came back. Thanks for saving me. You better get that mithril back to Altair. Princess Hilda is waiting for you. But first, new weapons. Okay, so we got a new axe already. New bow would be nice. And a new sword would be nice. Alright. Could have equipped from the big menu, but oh well. Long sword and long bow. Sword and the old bow. And yeah, that's it. I already equipped them with armor. Yep, I sure did. Can get them the good magic too. At least some of it. Let me see how much I have left. 4,000. How much do I need is the question. Sap is not that good. I'm not worried about teleport. Alright, I'll get two lives and a warp. Yep, that I felt good. Okay. So yep, life for you. Absolutely, and life for you. And then you get to learn warp, my guy. Because that one doesn't cost HP. You can just, you have to cast it over and over for each layer of the dungeon. But to me, the extra MP you're spending makes it worth it. The only problem is he has so low MP, I have to, like, use it so that he gets more MP. Maybe I'll give him fire, too. Might as well, I don't have much else to do with it. That's just to, like, drain his MP, and then so we can get more. I don't intend to, like, make him a caster. Alrighty. Because the unfortunate thing about casting warp is that just like with teleport, it gets more expensive as you use it. And using it outside of battle counts. There's no reason to do it, but you still have to learn it. So I'm still going to cast it over and over pointlessly so that you can level it up. That's how it works. That is how it works. Pretty silly, yes, but that is how it works. Nope. That was not good for any of them. That's basically what I'm going to do all the way back to Altair, but I'll go ahead and try to relearn those magic spells while I'm on the road. I might have enough money now to finish. I think she's got Shell and Protect, and I think I can give her Blink now. But I think that's the only other one I need. She's already got Cure, so yeah, it's just Blink, which is good. So she's gonna learn it. How's she doing? Cure, Protect. Wish there was a way to rearrange it, but I don't think there is without like forgetting and relearning it, which will reset its progress, I think. So don't like making assumptions. I'm not 100% sure. Right, we gotta be lifing. We gotta be lifing. We gotta be lifers. There we go, 5 more MP, just like that. Quick. I can't believe it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. Ah, 21, very good. So even if you just stand there defending the whole time, you'll still gain stats. That's nifty. Now he's running out of MP, so I won't be able to do this much longer. I'm gonna stop at level 2, by the way. I'm not gonna like do this like for a long time. Which I hope they're actually gaining experience. Yeah, okay, they're almost there. Cool. Now he is out of MP. And hey, everything leveled up. 28's pretty good. I don't think we're going to hit a 28 floor dungeon anytime soon. Let's thunder. You can start blinking. Very good. Yeah, all we're doing here is staying at the end. Restoring our MP. And then we're headed back towards Altair. First mission was a success. We got our mithril. Now we're going home to equip our forces to retake Finn. It's funny how his MP is so high. I feel like using magic offensively kind of helps you in that regard. Alright, back to Altair. Very slowly, things start to get better and better for the rebels as we clear more missions. The Empire also suffered heavy losses at the Battle of Finn. They're building a dreadnought in Bafsk to help compensate for those losses. Please lose no time in bringing back the mithril. You found the mithril. Now we'll finally be able to fight the Empire on equal footing. Please take the mithril to Tobul, the town blacksmith. I'm sure he'll be able to use it to make you some magnificent weapons. Yep, now we begin our quest to stop the Dreadnought's completion so that the Empire doesn't regain or gain air supremacy over the entire world. I forgot where the blacksmith... Oh, he's at the weapons shop, right? So we do not need to be here anymore. I love that Firion looks like Firion. Like, the sprites never looked this much like the Amano art, so I'm really happy with it. What can you want with me? I'm just an old man. Oh, that's mithril. I've been waiting for a chance to work this metal for as long as I can remember. All right, leave the rest to me. Swords, armor, you name it, I'll start crafting. It's been too long since I let my hammer ring. You can buy the equipment I made from the over-the-shop counter, so keep my hands full, I'll tell you that. Excuse me. time to talk, there's work to be done. It's pretty much don't believe what he does for the rest of the game. Excuse me. Alright, yeah, we got mithril gear now. Not much that I can use, just the sword, but good for Firion, I guess. Significant upgrade. But I believe you get new armor as well, and that's going to help. Let's get rid of that. I'm probably not going to use it, and if I do, I'll just rebuy it, but I don't think I'm going to. Because I don't like teleport in this game. Check the armor shop. I'm pretty sure it buffs both. I don't think magic is anything new, but I'll go check just in case. Yeah, same stuff as before. Yeah. Yep, we get some nice mithril gear here too. Oh, there's the money. Yep, can't afford anything really nice. To wait until we get some more money and then get some better equipment. The dreadnought is completed. It will unleash a horror on the scale of which the world has never known. Please, you must destroy it before this is allowed to happen. I'm going to join the rebel army and fight the Empire too. They say Borgans replaced the Dark Knight as commander in Bavsk. Blow that dreadnought to smithereens. I made my way here as soon as I learned of the rebel army. I mean to fight the Empire. So Bavsk was under the control of the Dark Knight. He uses hypnosis to manipulate the minds of the townspeople. Pretty spooky. The Dark Knight overseeing the Dreadnought's construction was most capable. Fortunately for us, he's tending to other matters now. The theft of the mithril has likely knocked the Empire off balance. I would like you to journey to Bavsk. If we're to stop the Dreadnought from being completed, this may be our only chance. We have a man in Bavsk. He's found a way to reach the Dreadnought. I want you to destroy it. At the very least, find a way to delay its completion. I have full confidence that with you and Minwu on this task, it will be accomplished. Oh, so we're not saying goodbye to Minwu after all. Still with us for another little bit here. Well, we will be back to get more mithril once we get more money, but for now, we shall make our way to Bavsk. Casting all the way, essentially. points. Might stand a chance against the captains and Finn now. I believe by the time we actually invade, we can handle them, you know, pretty well. So I feel like they did that. They did a pretty good job with that. Yeah, just like before, we're just here for the end. How's our thunder doing? Getting there. I feel like we cast a lot of blizzard in that dungeon, and we just made it to 3. Welcome back. You know, it's moving along. It's a little bit like different than I remember. I remember you know, certain things about the dungeon. Like it was like I remember it being shorter than it ended up being. You know, my memory about the trap rooms and the boss were pretty spot on, though the trap rooms were less annoying than I remember. You know, story's been pretty good. Like I like a lot of the presentational changes they made with the you know, Pixel Remaster. Of course, I love the music, so I'd say going pretty well. Just like walking and like leveling up some of the new magic that I got, which is kind of a tedious process, but you know, it's unfortunately a necessity with this one because like it's the only way to level up your magic. You just keep using it over and over and over. These particular monsters are pretty resistant to magic, so it's like, oh. There we go, blink stun. Yeah, finished the first dungeon, on our way to stop the Dreadnought, which is another... It's further in the game than I thought I would get. I don't think I'm actually going to run it, but to be able to start the next episode there is honestly further than I thought we'd get. So that's it's kind of nice. Excuse me. Thank you. But yeah, it's funny, my memory of this game is honestly like really shaky. So I'm thinking, okay, there's the Dreadnought, at some point we do Leviathan, at some point there's that ship, we take back Finn at some point we invade the Empire. It's like, I'm remembering different points, but I don't remember the order. I know we take the snow sled up to the cave at some point. So it's like, you know, it'll be almost like I'm experiencing it again for the first time, because there's just so much that I don't remember. But yeah, it's I think the combination of not losing stats, which was something in the original game that was very annoying, and you know, the fact that the game overall is just a little bit easier than it was on the original earlier ports in the original game, kind of makes it a much better experience. Because to me, like this game was not the gameplay. Like the gameplay, you know, more than anything else, honestly, I thought got in the way. To me, the game is the story and the characters. So getting to spend more time doing that and less, you know, doing the game part is probably for the best. But, you know, the easiness helps with that part. Yeah. It's definitely got that feel to it, doesn't it? It's an older game. I mean, it's just one of those things. Finished this last run. My thunder was about halfway there. It's probably... Okay, I'm going east from here, as I recall. Like, to get to Bofska. Yes, it was. I like that movie a lot. I haven't picked it up, and I haven't watched it since I saw it in theaters originally, but I do remember really liking it. There was, I actually remember seeing those designs for Pokemon before it was used in the movie, like that kind of, if Pokemon were real, this is how they would look in the real world, like based on real animals. And then them using those designs for the movie, I thought was a really smart idea. Yeah, they hired the guy, exactly. So it was, I thought it was really good. And I think, like, it was good that the movie existed so that we could tell the makers of the Sonic movie, no, do this. Don't do what you're doing. And thankfully they more or less listened. So Sonic looks a lot better than he would have. But yeah, Detective Pikachu is great. I was hoping it was going to lead to a franchise, but so far that doesn't seem to be the case, which is really a shame, because I thought it was so good. Oh, yes. You know, Ryan Reynolds was excellent. You know, it's funny, we were all wanting Danny DeVito to play Detective Pikachu. Even, like, Danny DeVito kind of got into it, get in on it. It's like he had no idea what was going on. But I thought Ryan Reynolds did a fine job. So that was good. Hey, there we go. Thunder's time. We have not gone this way yet. I happen to know that this game has chocobos. They're not as prominent as they were in 3, but this game has them. It's a little too early for that. I don't remember where they are, though. I just know it has them. I'm sure they have. I would be shocked if there wasn't any somewhere, you know? I mean, Deadpool's the perfect character for it. Since he breaks the fourth wall, he can basically go anywhere he wants, so why not? They recently had that Deadpool and Korg? I can't remember his name. The character that Taika Waititi played in Thor Ragnarok, who was also in Avengers Endgame. I cannot remember his name now. I think it's like Korg, right? It's a rock monster? But yeah, they had that, the commentary on the trailer for that movie that we all thought. Yes, he did. And that movie was not well received. And I'm kind of in agreement. I thought, you know, I like Green Lantern as a character, so yeah, I don't think they did a great job at it. Yep, it's a good joke. There we go. I like seeing her get more MP because like she does not have as much as Furion right now, and it kind of makes me sad because she's my healer of sorts. Okay, there's the Dreadnought. Wow, I hadn't seen it looking like this in a long time, or at all. You know, it's funny. I distinctly remember how it looked on the NES, but not on the PlayStation. So I I might be able to identify it in a lineup, but I don't know that I would be able to. I could describe it to you without seeing it. So how well I remember that look. You know, I haven't seen it. I should, because I did like the first one. I just haven't gone to go watching it. I should. I want to say that was around the time that was like right before COVID, where like there were a bunch of movies I wanted to see, and then COVID happened, and then I didn't see any of them. And I still haven't seen any of them. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll get the chance at some point. I am really curious to see what Disney does with it, though. I mean, they might do like that, you know, more like all-ages version of it that came out later, which is kind of surprised me that they did that, so it's pretty cool. Thrifty spender, man, I've been spending like crazy. Bafsk, you'll need a pass to board the Dreadnought. You're with the rebels, right? You've got to destroy the Dreadnought. How do you know that? I have to tell all the rebels the password before they know, but he immediately calls me out, like, oh, you're a rebel. Okay. Well, so much for that. Bronze is old stuff now. Oh, silver's new, but not as good as mithril, or it's the same? Hang on, let me see. Yeah, it's the same. Wow. Goes to show, and it's cheaper. Well, there you go. Possibly. I wouldn't doubt it. That's like that rule. Really, those shippers will do what they're gonna do. I mean, there's really no avoiding that. I bet it's even better evasion. In fact, I think I'm gonna put it on him. Let's see. I'll bet that's gonna happen. Yeah, look at that. It's the same defense but better evasion by a significant amount. So yeah, using mithril is just, there's no reason to do it. Wow, that's crazy. Well, it's gonna give us a little money back, I guess. Man, that's unfortunate because I spent a lot on it. But oh well, what are you gonna do? Wait, was there more? No, it's all bronze aside from that. Okay. What about weapons? Huh. Interesting. I don't know that they ever interact, but not that that ever stops anyone. I think I have these. Oh no, Mithril's what he's got. 2052. 1352. Yeah, there's no reason. I don't know why it does that. Probably because they're expecting me to put him on... give him a second weapon. Okay. They're making us work like slaves. I hate that Borgin. Being used by a man like that really makes my blood boil. It's weird though. I can't seem to remember what things were like when the Dark Knight was in command. He uses hypnosis. He's a hypnotist. That's why you can't remember. Let's see if there's any new magic here. Fear? Not too worried about that. Basana is important. Esana is important. Silence is not important, but I'll probably still learn. I'm gonna learn Esana first. Esna's weird how it works in this game. Yeah, I can see that. Like, just for personality reasons or for, like looks reasons. Like people would say they look good together. You know. I'm really not that the shipper type. I tend to, like, see more platonic relationships even when, like, there's something official, and I find myself getting surprised later. Huh. Oh, right, because he's... what? I can't remember. Like, his original, like, last name. But I think it was something like that. I don't really have time to work at it right now. Oh yeah, Frost Giants. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It really doesn't hit him very hard. Which I guess it makes sense. Should be shielded from the cold, not the heat. But I guess it works both ways. Is there an inn? Now that I think about it, I don't know if there is. Oh, there is. Can I access it? Or is it... no, it's not blocked. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a boss fight as soon as I talk to Borgin, but... I'm going to save first. Because I don't know how tough he's going to be. Let's give it a shot. What's this? Back to work. Work, I say. If we finish even one day sooner, my glory will be exponentially greater. Oh, I can't just fight him. Okay. Let's wander over here. Oh, I gotta get past you. General Borgin took command of things in Bafsk a short while ago. Things have gotten much easier than they were under the Dark Knight. It's hard to believe a bumbling idiot like Borgin can become a general in the Imperial Army. Oops, you didn't hear that. Dreadnought. So, you're the ones they sent to destroy the Dreadnought. Don't worry, I'm on your side. There's an entrance to the sewers up ahead. It's a back way leading to the Dreadnought. Be careful. If they see us talking, they may start to get suspicious, so I'm out of here. Good luck. That's our friend. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. There's 3 minutes left. I'm not going to be able to do a dungeon, so I'm just going to kind of grind a little bit for 2 minutes, and then we're going to call that a stream. Yeah. No, they get people get creative with that with their ships, so that's good. Better to be creative than, you know, not creative. Of course, sometimes I feel like there's better names that they could have used, but they go with a different one. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, just do that. We'll do that for 2 minutes, and then we'll call it. So exciting. Such good content. Of course. I don't, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what? Hey, it makes people happy. Whatever. Go for it. But that's kind of more like, you know... Oh yeah, you too. I'm gonna be finishing up here in like literally a minute, so... You know, it was nice, it was great. Thanks for stopping by once again. Just so you know, like, because I might as well do my outro now, on Wednesday we're going to be starting Bravely Default 2, so that's pretty exciting. I didn't even know that was on Steam, but apparently, yeah, it has been for a little over 2 weeks now. And then on Friday we're going to be playing Power Rangers Battle for the Grid because they're starting up Season 4. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the lineup for a little while, unless some other surprise happens in the world of fighting games, which you never really know. So who knows on Fridays, but at least for Mondays and Wednesdays, we're lined up for the next little while here. We're going to be playing the Pixel Remasters on Mondays. When we finish 2, we'll go right to 4. Bravely Default 2 is going to be Wednesday for the foreseeable future, and yeah. Aw, well, I appreciate that. It's always better when there's someone to talk to, because, you know, I can yammer on for like 3 hours, and I have done it before, but, yeah, it's always better to have someone to like, bounce off of. Oh, man, don't do that. That's rude. I was, like, literally 1 step from town. Oh, hey, there's poison. I get to actually use Esna. Okay, let's burn everything. And then Esna, for real. And then attack, and then let's do Basuna for the other ones. Make this a proper... It didn't work, wow. Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. I'm about to close this out, so there's not much more. Surprisingly exciting for a finale there. Wasn't expecting... Oh, wow, that's a huge MP jump. Look at that. 184 to 226. Sometimes that happens. It's really weird to me. Alright, is Esna going to work? No. See, I didn't mention this before, but Esna is weird how it works. It's not that the spell gets any more effective as it levels up. It's literally like there's a list of statuses you can cure, and it adds to that list as you go up in levels. So, you know, there's no reason not to level it up all the way, but it just gets to be expensive. And I'm surprised poison's not at the top of the list. I feel like it should be. In any case, yeah, that's our stream. Thanks for coming. You know, I've already told my spiel, so fair winds in your travels.